Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to Sweet Greek Patterns. In today's video, I am so excited to show you guys a tutorial on how to make this adorable little bison lovey or buffalo lovey, whatever you want to call it. I think this would be a perfect little baby shower gift for any of your friends that you know that are Buffalo Bills fans or whatever really you wanted to use it for. This is a super fun and quick pattern to make, and so let's get started. Now, one thing I wanted to mention before we get started is that there are two other sizes available in my Etsy shop and my website for purchase if you want to look at them. So this is the extra small size I'll be showing you in today's video. It is 10 inches wide across the chest roughly and 16 inches long from front paw to back paw. And you can see it's super duper cute. Then this is the small size and it is 12 inches wide across the chest and 24 inches long. So there you can see that. And then here is the medium size. This is more of almost like a rug size, but it'd be a great little thing to cuddle up with at night as they get bigger, as your little kiddos get bigger. And as you can see, you can also do rosettes on this bison. So this is the medium size. It is 18 inches wide and 18 inches wide across the chest and 36 inches long. And so these are both available in my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description box down below, and I'll do a real quick little size comparison. There you go. They're all super fun to make, and I absolutely love crocheting them. So let's get started making the extra small in today's tutorial. Okay, so the supplies that you'll need today are some scissors. You'll need I recommend having 2 stitch markers for when you do the body. They're just extremely helpful. So you'll definitely want 2 stitch markers. You'll want a darning needle, and then you will want some plastic safety eyes. I just purchased normal 12mm safety eyes. I'll put links to everything I use in the description box down below. But I just use 12mm safety eyes, and then I hot glue the backs of them on the inside of the head. And then you'll need a 10mm crochet hook, a 7mm crochet hook, a 6mm crochet hook, and a 3.5mm crochet hook. And my favorite brand of crochet hook is Clover & More, and once again, I'll put links in the description box down below. Then you'll need some yarn. You'll need some of this tan yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver in the color Buff, I believe. And then this is Fable Fur from We Crochet in the color Oso. So it's a number 6 super bulky weight yarn. So really any number 6 super bulky weight yarn or faux fur yarn would work perfectly. I normally use 1 and just a little bit more balls of yarn. And then you'll also need a little bit of yarn for the nostril. And then you'll need a little bit of yarn for your nostril. You won't even need this much yarn, but just a little bit of yarn. This is, once again, Red Heart Super Saver yarn, number 4, which is a number 4 worsted weight yarn. These both are number 4 worsted weight yarns. And this is in the color, I think, pecan or something like that. Okay, so you'll need that. And now, to begin, you're going to grab this tan yarn, and you're going to grab your 6mm crochet hook. Now, what I like to do for the muzzle is that's what I call this little part, and then we make the head off of it. So this is the muzzle. You're going to grab 2 strands, so the inner and outer strands of the yarn ball, and you're going to begin by chaining 5. So make a slip knot. To do that, you're just going to wrap it around your finger twice, grab the back loop, bring it to the front, grab the new back loop, bring it up and over and down, and then you're going to chain 5. So to chain, you just yarn over and pull through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And please forgive me if my voice sounds kind of weird. I am currently recovering from some sickness, and so my voice is kind of raspy. What you're going to do to begin is you're going to single crochet in the second chain from hook. So the loop on your hook does not count as a chain. You're going to skip the first chain and you're going to go into the second chain. You're going to make a single crochet. So single crochet in the second chain from hook, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 2 chains. So just make a normal single crochet. And now you're going to, in the last chain, you're going to single crochet 3. So make 3 single crochets, and then you're going to, as you make those 3 single crochets, you'll kind of flip to the bottom side of the chain. So I'm going to single crochet 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now you can see I'm at the bottom of that same chain that we just worked into. And now I'm going to single crochet in the next 2 chains. And then I'm going to single crochet increase in the last chain. So basically in the end then, this is what it should look like. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should have 10 stitches. And you're going to now begin working in the round. So you're not going to slip stitch, you're just going to begin round 2. And so I like to grab a stitch marker when I do that, just for ease. So I'm going to begin round 2 by making a single crochet increase in the first stitch. So right here, we're going to make a single crochet increase. And then I'm going to put a stitch marker in the first stitch that I made. So the first stitch of round 2. Now I'm going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, so 1 and 2. And then you're going to single crochet increase in the next 3 stitches. So single crochet increase, which basically means just 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So right into this next stitch, you're just going to single crochet, whoops, I lost the 2 strands. Now, as you're working the muzzle, I think I forgot to mention this, but I count the 2 strands just as if they were 1 strand. So that's just what you do. I'm going to single crochet increase in the last stitch. So we just finished single crocheting increase in the next 3 stitches. Now we are going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to single crochet increase in the last 2 stitches. So right here, 1, 2. We're going to single crochet increase into, which just means 2 single crochets into each of those stitches. Okay, so now we finished round number 2, and you should have 16 stitches at the end of round number 2. Now for round number 3, what you're going to do is you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So begin, and I will meet you back at the end of round 3, and I'll show you what to do next for round number 4. So as you can see, we finished round number 3. Now for round number 4, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to skip the first stitch where my stitch marker is, and you're going to single crochet into the following stitch. So skip the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, or into the following stitch, and then you're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, go into the next stitch. So chain 1, skip 1, single crochet into the next stitch. If that makes sense, you're just going to keep going in each stitch around. So you're going to chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, and go into the following. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet into the next stitch. And I'm just going to complete that around. And you should end up with a total of 8 chain spaces, or basically, yeah, where you chained 1, you should end up with 8 of those. So chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, and I'm almost done with round number 4. And then once you're completed this round, which I just did, so you can see here is my first chain 1 right there, and there's my stitch marker. You can kind of see it. There we go. Now we're going to cut the yarn, and you're going to begin the head of the bison, so, or buffalo, or Highland cow, whatever you want to call this. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and I like to, at this point, add the little nostrils, as you can see on this one. So I'll show you how to do that real quick, and then we'll begin the head. So what you do is you put the piece of brown or darker chocolate brown yarn on your darning needle, and now you're going to, you want to have this, the last stitch on this side. And if you're right-handed, which I'm left-handed, I might, you're gonna want it probably on this side, but you're gonna grab your darning needle and you're gonna go into the outer chain. So you wanna have this side facing up, you're gonna go into the outer chain right there. So if you're right-handed, once again, you're going to probably have it on this side. But you're just going to go into the center, so you can see where there are the 4 chains that we worked into. You're going to go into the last chain that we worked into. And then, sorry, we are going to go up 1 single crochet. So let me bring this a little closer. Okay, so you can see there was our base chains right there. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go up 1 single crochet into the next. There we go. And you're just going to then pull that down. And then you're going to wrap around again. So I like to do this about 3 to 4 times until it looks pretty even. So you can see there's 3. And I'm going to do it one more time, I think, because I just like the look of it. And if you want to do a 5th, you could sure do a 5th. I'm going to do one more because I just like the look of it a little bit more full, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now that we did this side, we're going to take the darning needle, at least this is how I do it, and go to the other side, to the last chain on the other side. And you'll just be able to see that little brown thing in the back, but that's fine because we'll close the head. So now you're just going to do the exact same thing on this side. So go up 1 single crochet or 1 round, and you're going to wrap around 3 to 4 to 5 times, depending on how it looks for you. So I am about done. Sometimes I like to untwist it a little bit to have the fibers or the pieces of yarn spread out a little more. There we go. So now you can see that it looks good on both and even on both sides. So now I'm just going to go in, just down through again. And then I'm going to flip it to the back. And I like to just personally do a knot. I know I'm kind of, if you watch any of my videos or my tutorials, you know that I just like to tie in my stuff with knots. But you can do whatever you want. I just like to do 2 knots to secure it nice and good. And since this will be on the inside, then I just cut the yarn to where it's a reasonable amount. And then I just call that good. So I'm going to do that real quick. And now we're going to begin the head. So to begin the head, you're going to grab your 7mm hook. I'm going to set the 6mm hook to the side. And we're going to flip this back to the outside. And now to begin, you're going to grab your weave crochet fable fur or your fur yarn, and I'm going to grab the inside center pole. There we go. I'm sorry, I am struggling to not cough. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. Now what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook into the last chain space that you created. So you can see here was the end, and it's there's kind of a ridge, and you're just going to go into the last chain space that you created. And now you're going to take the faux fur yarn and pull through, and then you're going to chain 1. At least this is the way I like to join, but you can do it however you want. So this is where we're joining now. And so now for round 1 of the head, you're going to single crochet into the first chain space, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the next chain space, and you're just going to repeat that around. So where we just did our chain 1, you're going to insert back into that chain space, and you're going to make a single crochet. I'm going to put a stitch marker because otherwise it is really hard to find that first stitch. And then you're going to single crochet increase in the next stitch. So you're going to just repeat that single crochet increase, And now I'm going to, once I finish this round, I'm going to start round 2. And for round 2, okay, and there we go. Okay, so now that we finished that single crochet increase in the last stitch, now what you're going to do is you're going to begin round 2. Now to just begin round 2, we're going to start working in the round once again, and so I'm just going to single crochet into the first stitch, then I'm going to move the stitch marker. And one thing I want to note real quick is that right now you'll kind of have this a little bit of a weird bump right there where the last stitch was of the muzzle. And when you're tying it in ends, what I do is I take this faux fur tail and I just bring it in, then bring it inside and make a knot, and it really hides it up, or covers it up, sorry. My brain is not working either today. Okay, so now you're going to single crochet in each stitch around for round number 2, and you should have 12 stitches. So just single crochet in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back at the end of round 2, and I will tell you what to do for round number 3. Okie dokie. So I just finished the round number 2, and now you should have 12 stitches. And now for round number 3, we're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch. Now one thing I want to note, I keep remembering things to note, is that I count the first stitch as the middle of the muzzle. I know that as it goes up, whenever you're working in the round, it either goes to the right or goes to the left, depending on what, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. And what I do so that the increases and decreases are on one side and more even looking, or yeah, look even, I just increase, I begin the round where the middle of my muzzle is. So I hope that makes sense. But as you can see, we're about in the middle of the muzzle, so I'm going to call this the first stitch, which it actually is. And so now I'm going to begin round 3. And to begin round 3, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. So single crochet increase in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And I will repeat that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let me just recap what we did for round 3. So we did single crochet increase and then single crochet, and then you're going to do that 3 times. So that should be over 6 stitches. So that should be 6 stitches there. Yep, and then you're going to, at the end of that, you're going to make a single crochet increase in the next stitch. And I believe I already did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, nope. So you're going to do a single crochet increase in the next stitch. And then you're going to single crochet in the last 5 stitches. Three, 4, and a 5. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for round number 3, you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch, and you can see I'm kind of checking to see if this is about right, and that is. So now I'm going to single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that 4 times. So single crochet increase, single crochet, and then, so 2, 3, and then number 4. So okay, now we did that. Now you're going to single crochet increase in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the last 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you should have 21 stitches at the end of round number 4. And so now for round number 5, you're going to single crochet in each stitch around, and that should be 21 stitches, obviously. So I'm going to single crochet in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so now we finished round number 5. And what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet increase, okay, so for round number 6, you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch once again. So you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch. And I'm going to move my stitch marker real quick. Okay, so single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So you're just going to repeat that 6 times now. So those 2 stitches you're just going to repeat 6 times. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now in the next stitch you're just going to make a single crochet increase, and then you're going to single crochet in the last 8 stitches. So I hope you guys can kind of see where we're going with this. So we're making kind of a side that goes up, so that's where the top of the head will be, and the side that's just flat is where the bottom of the head obviously will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so now we're done with round number 6, and you should have 28 stitches. For round number 7, you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch. And I'm moving my stitch marker real quick. So single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and you're going to repeat that I'll call it, 3 times. So single crochet increase, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to do that times 3. So I'm going to do that 2 more times now that I've done it once. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now I'm going to single crochet increase in the next stitch as usual. And then we're going to single crochet in the next 15 stitches, so across the bottom of the head once again. And I will meet you back once I finish these next 15 stitches, and I will tell you what to do for round number 8. Okay, so I just finished those 15 stitches that we are doing, and now what you're going to do, so you should have 32 stitches for round 7, and now you're going to begin round 8. So for rounds 8 through 11, you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So for the next 4 rounds, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around, and you should obviously have 32 stitches at the end of each round. So I'm going to let you go ahead and single crochet in the next 4 rounds, and then I'll meet you back and we will finish up the head. Okay, so I just finished rounds 8 through 11, and as you can see, this is how it is looking so far. Once we get stuffed, it'll look a little bit better, that's for sure. But now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 2 together in the first 2 stitches. So single crochet 2 together, just like the basic decrease that you normally would do. So insert, yarn over, pull through into the first stitch, and then to the next stitch you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And then I'm going to move the stitch marker now. And now you're going to basically repeat that. So you're going to single crochet 2 together, then you're going to single crochet. Sorry, my nose is kind of snuffed. Okay, and then you're going to do that 6 times. So single crochet 2 together, single crochet times 6. So I'm just going to repeat this, and I will. I'm just going to do this real quick on camera because I have it all set up. Might as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now that we've done those, that repeat 6 times, now you're going to single crochet 2 together, over the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to single crochet in the last 15 stitches. So I will do those 15 stitches, and then I will meet you back when I'm done with that, and then we'll continue on to round 13. Okie dokie, so now we finished round number 12, excuse me, and now we are going to begin round number 13. So for round number 13, you're just going to single crochet 2 together in each stitch around. So I will do that with you on camera. Single crochet 2 together in the first stitch, and then you're just going to single crochet in the next stitch, and you're just going to repeat that around. So single crochet 2 together, single crochet, and repeat that in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back when we are done with round 13, and we will close off the head and finish it up. Okay, so now I have finished round number 13, and I have 17 stitches. I'm not sure if I told you 18 before, but I have 17, so 17 stitches is correct. Now what you're going to do is, what I like to do at least, I like to slip stitch to the first stitch just to join, just to kind of make it a nice smooth finish. Now I'm going to snip my yarn, and what you're going to do now is you're going to attach your eyes, you're going to weave in your tails, and you're going to begin then the head. So I attached my eyes on round 4 of the head. So round 4, you'll just count up 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to do it 5 stitches apart. So let's see. Let me just put it here, just because I feel like that might be 5 stitches apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or about like that. So there we go. Sorry, my muzzle looks weird right now. Once you stuff it, it'll look really, really super cute. Okay, so this is what it should look like right now. And now we're going to put the backers on. I like to hot glue the eyes and weave in the tails. And then you're going to also want to stuff the head. So you're going to want to make sure you stuff the muzzle and the head nicely. And then I will meet you back, and then we will close off the head and begin the body. Okay, so as you can see, this is what my, this is what my head is looking like. Now, what we're going to do now is we are going to begin the body part. And as we begin the body, we are going to close the head. So, as you can see, I put the eyes on, hot glued the backs, I sewed in the tails, and now it is time to begin the body. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your yarn that you were working with earlier, so your faux fur yarn from We Crochet, and you're going to make a slip knot. Then you're going to grab, I'm going to set this head aside for a split second, you're going to grab your 10mm crochet hook, and you're going to chain 2. So chain 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the top and bottom of the back of the head closed. So like this. And you want to make sure that the way that you're pinching it is exactly lined up with the eyes. So you won't want it to be like weird. Because what we're going to do is we're going to crochet straight across from the this side, then to this side. I hope this makes sense. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the center of your back of your head and find the top and the bottom center. And you're going to go to the edge now. And you can see that I didn't take out my stitch marker, so I'm going to take it out now. And I'm going to kind of feel for the 2 edge stitches. So I can feel that here's the bottom one. So I'm going to hold onto that stitch. I'm going to insert my 10mm hook into there. Hopefully you guys can kind of get the idea. Sorry. Okay. And now I've gotten the bottom. Now I'm going to go into the top part. Right like that. And then you're just going to make a single crochet. So go yarn over, pull through both the top and bottom layer of the head. Then you're going to make just a normal single crochet, and then you're just going to do that in each top and bottom stitch ahead. So you're making sure you're closing the head up as you go across. So I'm just going to continue to do that. So I'm going to go into the bottom, and then I'm going to find the top stitch, and you should have a total of 7 stitches across the back of the head. And then if you count your 2 chains, you should have 9 stitches. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna continue to go across, and if you end up with a few extra stitches on the head and you've completed your 7, what I recommend doing, here, let me keep going and then I'll show you what I do. I'm sorry, I am still definitely getting over that sickness. So I'm going into the top and the bottom layer of the head and making a single crochet. Now this is a bit of a tough row, but it will get a lot easier once you have finished this row. So let me count how many. We have let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now I have 6, so I need 1 more, and you can see I have like 2 more stitches. So I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna kind of skip to the end and skip like this, and that pretty much perfectly covers it up. And if you don't like exactly how it covers it up, what I do is I just come back with a little bit of this yarn and just like make sure like there's no stuffing peeking out or anything like that. Okay, so now you're going to chain 2 on this side. So I've chained 1, 2, and then you're going to chain 1 more time, which I just did, and then you're going to turn your work. So you should have 3 chains here, and what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet increase in the second chain from hook. So the loop on your hook, once again, does not count as a chain. You're going to skip the first chain and go into the second chain, and you're going to make a single crochet increase. So 2 single crochets into the second chain from hook. Then you're going to single crochet in the next chain. You're going to single crochet in each of these stitches across, and then once you reach the other side where the other chain is, you're just going to basically repeat what you did on this side. So you're going to single crochet in the first chain, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the last chain. So let me show you what that will look like. And my yarn, there we go. And here we go. So I did 2 single crochets into this side. So did the last chain on this side, and you should end up with 13 stitches across for the we just finished for the row we just finished. And now for row number 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn like we just did, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in each stitch across, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the last stitch. So you're going to do that for row 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just single crochet in each, or single crochet increase in the first stitch, then single crochet in each stitch across, and then single crochet increase in the last stitch. So for rows 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So for rows 3, 4, 5, and 6, you're just going to single crochet increase in the first stitch, single crochet across, and then single crochet increase in the last stitch. And you will increase by 2 stitches every row. So I'll meet you back at the end of row 6 and we will continue the body. All right, so as you can see, we finish row number 6, and you should have 21 stitches at the end of row number 6. So we did rows 3, 4, 5, and 6, and now you should have 21 stitches. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to leave your stitch marker in the last stitch you created for row number 6 and the first stitch. So the first and last stitch. And what you're going to do later is you're going to come back and you're going to make the legs coming from this kind of angled part. So just for now, leave the 2 stitch markers here, and you're going to chain 1 now and turn your work. And for rows number 7 through 22, so that should be 16 rows, you are going to single crochet in each stitch across. So chain 1, turn, single crochet in each stitch across, and I will meet you back once we are done with row number 22, and I will show you how to do the legs. All right, so what you're gonna do is you can see that I just finished the body. So I crocheted from row 7 to 22, and this is what it is looking like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start doing the legs. And so what you're going to do is you're going to just pretend like you're just continuing working in your rows. So we just finished row 22, and now I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. So what you're going to do is just single crochet in the first 4 stitches, and this is creating leg number 1. So let me show you what I mean in just a second. And I do want to mention real quick that I started ball number 2 as I was doing the body. So just for you guys to kind of gauge, or yeah, check along, I started ball number 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, I have 4 stitches across. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you are going to single crochet in the 4 stitches across for rows 2 through 7. So you're just getting to, or you can consider it as row 23 through 29. So for the next 6 rows, just chain 1, turn, single crochet in 4 stitches across, and then I'm going to meet you back once I finish this, and I will begin the next part with you. Or I completed leg number 1, so I just tied off then. And now we're going to begin leg number 2. So as you can see, we finished this one, and now what you're going to do, let's see if you guys can see this, is you're going to go to the other side, so the other corner where your last stitch was, and I can feel it's right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your yarn, and you're basically going to do the exact same thing you did on this side. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet 4, and then what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're just going to single crochet 4 again. So for rows 1 through 7, so we just did row 1. Now, so for rows 2 through 7, you're going to just single crochet 4, and then you'll cut your yarn, and then I'll meet you back, and we'll do the front legs together. Okay, so as you can see, let me move all this yarn away. Okay, there you go. So as you can see, I finished leg number 2, and I'm just going to now cut my yarn, and oops, sorry, there we go. Okay, my yarn got a little twisted, but there we go. Okay, so you can see that I finished this leg, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to begin legs 3 and 4, or the front legs. So remember when I told you to keep these 2 stitch markers at the last increase row? Well, now we are actually going to start using these. So okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to begin, and you can begin on either side. And what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook into the stitch, or into that, like, yeah, that row that is where your stitch marker is. So hopefully you guys can see that. Yep. Okay. Now you're going to grab your yarn, and you're going to begin making the leg. So what you're going to do when you make the leg is you're going to work up to the head. You're not going to work obviously on the side of the body. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 stitches up this way. So let me show you how I do that. It's super simple. I just join and chain 1. Then I'm going to single crochet into that same stitch where I just chained 1. I'm going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches then. So single crochet 4. And there you go, we have that done. Now you're just going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're just going to single crochet in each of the 4 stitches across for rows 2 through 7, and you're going to do that exact same thing on this other side. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll meet you back once we finish legs, and I'll show you how to do the edging and the horns and the ears and the tail and all of that fun stuff. So I will let you go. Okay, so I just finished both front legs, as you can see. There we go. They're both front legs. Now what we're going to do is we are going to begin just the edging. So when I do the edging, what you do is you start here at the neck. So insert your hook right where the head is about, right there. And you're going to grab your yarn, and you're just going to tie on like you normally would. So chain 1, And now what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet in each stitch / row around. But then once you get to the top of your paw, or your whatever you want to call it, what you're going to do is you're going to, okay, so I just reached the top of the paw. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet increase in the corner right here. And then I'm going to half double crochet in the next stitch. And then I'm going to double crochet in the next stitch. And then I'm just going to half double crochet and single crochet in the last stitch. So still kind of that increase of sorts. And just kind of makes it a nice round paw of sorts. So now we're just going to keep going down to the back paw. So single crochet and then just do that little repeat of single crochet increase, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. And then I am going to just continue doing this, and I will meet you back once we reach the other side of the neck. So I just finished going around, and you can see I just hit the neck. So now I just slip stitch into the head, and now I'm just going to cut my yarn. There we go. And pull through. There we go. And now you can see that we have completed the body. It's looking super duper cute. Now what we're going to do is we are going to make the horns. So what you're going to do is you're just going to set this little levy aside, and we're going to grab the 6mm crochet hook, and then we are going to grab this same yarn that we used for the muzzle. So 2 strands of this yarn. And what you're going to do is you're going to begin to make the horn. But one thing I wanted to mention real quick, I'm sorry, I'm getting super dark. There you go. One thing I wanted to mention real quick is that you might have to use 3 strands for your horn. Depending on, even if you're using number 4 worsted weight yarn, depending on just a little bit of the thickness, there can be quite a bit of variance between number 4 worsted weight yarns. And so sometimes I actually end up using 3 strands. And so then I just wanted to mention that, because sometimes when you make your horn, it looks super small and there's lots of holes in it, and so you don't want that. So you can always use 3 strands. Okay, now to begin the horn, what you're going to do is you're going to leave a long tail before you even make your magic circle. So leave yourself a nice long tail and then make a magic circle. To make a magic circle, you're just going to bring the yarn to the front of your fingers and then cross it around to the back like this. There we go. And you're going to flip it over. You're going to go under these 2 strands. So you're pretending like these are one. So under this strand, and then you're going to grab this like that. Then you're just going to pull that through, and then you're going to begin by single crocheting 7. I like to chain 1 and then single crochet 7, but you can do it either way. So I'm going to single crochet, I think I said 7. You single crochet 4 into the magic circle. I'm sorry, my brain is not working today. Again, okay, so single crochet 4 into the magic circle. And now that you have completed that, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet or pull that together. Okay, so now we just did those 4 single crochets, and now what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch to join, just to make it kind of a nice, not so bad mess. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to not chain 1, because we're starting to work in the round. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch where you just did your slip stitch. So single crochet increase, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 3, in the last 3 stitches, or the next 3, however you want to call it. So you should have 5 stitches at the end of this round. And this right here is where we slip stitched. So we're not going to work into that, because that would make us have 6 stitches. So now we're going to start back here again. So for rounds 3 and 4, so the next 2 rounds, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch across. And as you're working here, what I like to do is I like to flip my little pyramid sort of thing like this. So it starts to get a nice pointy horn. So now I'm going to single crochet around for this row and the next row, and then I will meet you back at the end of round 4 and we will begin round 5 together. So as you can see, we finished round number 4, and now to begin round 5, what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet increase in the first stitch. So make a single crochet increase, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet increase in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the last you're going to single crochet in the last 2 stitches. Sorry, I was reading my pattern. Okay, so you should have now 7 stitches at the end of round 5, and as you can see, it's starting to look like the little bit of a top of a horn. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, for rounds 6 through 10, so so for the next 5 rounds, we are going to single crochet in each stitch around. So just do that for the next 5 rounds, and then I'm going to meet you back and we will do the last row together. Okay, so I'm actually going to have you do one more row around of the horn. I'm sorry, just do one more round. I'll do it on camera with you real quick. So we're going to do, so instead of doing 10 rounds, we'll do a total of 11 rounds. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, so you can see that I'm just about to, whoops, sorry, I moved the stand a little bit. You guys can see that I'm just about to where I begun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do single crochet increase in the first stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that around. So you're just going to continue that. Single crochet increase and then single crochet, and I'm just going to continue this on camera because so you can see we ended with a single crochet increase and then a single crochet, and we have 1 stitch left before we get back to the beginning. And so I'm just going to single crochet into the last stitch, and you should have 10 stitches at the end of round, this is 12. Now what I like to do is I like to do one more round just to make it kind of a nice full looking horn. So what you're going to do is you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm just going to do this real quick on camera because it's not really worth me pausing it and then starting again. So then what we do once we put these horns on or get these horns done is you're going to stuff them, and then you're going to I'll show you a really cool trick. So I just finished, I like to slip stitch personally just to kind of make it nice flat and not make it like have a big bump that you have to cover over when you're sewing it onto the head, but you can choose whatever you want to do. Then you're going to cut your yarn, leaving yourself a nice long tail to sew the horn onto the head of the bison. You're going to tie off, and now we have 1 horn. Now what you're going to do is just back up this video and make 1 more horn, and then I will meet you back and we will stuff these horn, I'll meet you back once you have finished this one, and then I'll show you how to stuff them and finish them up. Alright, so as you can see, we stuffed this horn, and you can see that it's very straight. So what you want to do is, this is the tail that you used when you made your magic circle, and then this is your tail that is for sewing on onto the head. So you're going to grab the tail from the inside where your beginning was, and you're going to pull, and you can see that automatically, which is so cool, when you pull it, it makes your horn automatically curve. So you can kind of manipulate it to how specifically you want it, but you can see that now we have a nice curved horn like this one. So now what you're going to do is once you have this, you're going to knot this one and the outer one together. So I'm going to make a knot, and you're going to want to like make sure you double knot it or triple knot it, however many knots you want to do to make it feel really good and secure to you. But I feel like the more knots the better, because we really want this to stay secure and not come straight, unless you like the look of a straight horn. So here we go. I'm going to do one more knot. I'm sorry, there we go. So now you can see that we have a nice curved horn, and you can see that we have another nice curved horn. So we have two curved horns. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our bison lovey again, and we're going to sew these horns onto the head. So to do that, you're going to grab your darning needle, as you probably could guess. First of all, I'm going to tell you to clip or snip the tail of your magic circle, and then you're just going to use this one long tail that you tied off with. So I like to use both strands, but you could tie in one strand and then just use one strand, but I don't mind using two strands. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find about 10 rows back and about 10 stitches apart, you're going to place your horns. So you can see, I like to eye it too, so you can kind of choose where you want it, but I like them about here. So what you're going to do is you're going to find about where you like it on around 10 stitches apart roughly. And then you're going to just hold it down, and what I like to do is I like to go into a little bit of the faux fur and a little bit of the horn. So I just like to work around the stitches around the horn, and then I like to work into a little bit of the faux fur. So just kind of working around, and this is super pretty simple, honestly. I feel like once you get the hang of it, it's really simple. And if you have a curved needle, I would highly recommend using that. I just don't have it up here with me right now, but curved needle sometimes can make it a little bit easier to get into the stitches that you're trying to get into. So you can see that's looking quite good, and I'm just going to finish going around this side, and then I'm going to place the other one on this side, and we're just going to finish that up. Then I'll meet you back and I'll show you how to do the ears and the tail. Okay, so one tip that me and my mom have learned after making hundreds of these bison and Highland cows is that we love to leave the tails on the front, because we're going to put the ears right here. And so when you leave the this yarn, and then once you're done with the ears, then you can just tie these two off on the back side of the ears, and no one will ever know what you did. So that's just a little tip that I like to use, but you don't have to use, obviously. So now you can see that I finished putting on my horns, and I love how they look. So now what we're going to do is we're going to begin the ears. So to begin, we're going to set this lovey aside once again. Your 6mm hook, and this time you're going to grab your Fable Fur yarn. So we're going to grab this, and you're going to make a slip knot to begin. Then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to single crochet in the second chain from hook, and sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. So you're going to single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So single crochet in the second chain from hook, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Now in these last 2 chains, you're going to make a single crochet 2 together. And then you're going to single crochet into the last chain one more time. And then you're going to single crochet 2 together on the underside of the exact same chain that you just single crochet 2 together on the top side with. Now you're going to single crochet in the next 2 chains, and now you can see we kind of create this kind of ear shape. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So let me do it for you in just a second. Okay, I'm on my last 2 stitches. Here we go. So now you can kind of see we have this like little ear, and there's kind of like this pocket, and we're going to put the inner ear right in there, and then we're going to sew it onto the head. So the flat side will be sewn onto the head. Now we are going to cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail to sew onto the bison. And now you're just going to make one more of these. So I'm going to let you just back up the video, and we'll make another one of these outer ears, and then I'll meet you back and we'll make the inner ear and the tail. So as you can see, now we kind of have these two ear shapes like this. There you go. So there's this kind of rounded side and then there's this flat side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make two inner ears for these ears. So we're going to set the faux fur aside and we're going to grab the yarn that we've used for the horns and the muzzle. And what you're going to do is you make basically just row one of the outer ear. So you're going to make a slip knot. Oh, there we go. You're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to single crochet in the second chain from hook and in the next stitch. Then you're going to single crochet 2 together in the last 2 chains. You're going to single crochet again into that last chain. And then you're going to single crochet 2 together on the underside of that exact same chain, or over those 2 chains, if that makes sense. And then now you should have 2 chains left, and you're just going to single crochet in both of them. Now we are going to cut the yarn. There we go. And you're just going to make one more of these, and then we will sew. Then I'll meet you back and we'll sew the ears on. Okay, so as you can see, we've made the 2 inner ears and the 2 outer ears. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay the flat side of the outer ears facing each other. And I'm just saying this so you guys don't get confused. And first, what you're going to do now is you're going to sew in these 2 short tails on both the outer ears and the inner ears. And once you've done that, meet me back and we will sew these inner ear and outer ear together, and then I will show you how to attach them to the head. Alright, so as you can see, we got these inner ears and these outer ears little tail sewn in. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab the inner ears long tail, and you're going to put it on your darning needle, and what you're going to do is you're going to match up the kind of round side of this inner ear with the round side of the outer ear, and you're just going to whip stitch. I like to go into a little bit of the stitch of the inner ear and then just find a little bit of a kind of a spot to go into the outer ear with, and you're just going to kind of do this across. It doesn't have to be perfect science, but just kind of doing a little whip stitch of sorts. Now I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I will meet you back and we will sew this onto the head. So as you can see, here are our 2, oops, sorry, okay, there we go. Here are our 2 ears, and now what we're going to do, sorry, this got a little weird, there we go. Now, once I sew it on, it'll look good. What you're going to do now is you're just going to place them in front of the horns, and I like to do it kind of about halfway on the horn, if that makes sense. There we go. So like halfway up the horn, about like this on each side, and you're just going to sew these on, and then you're going to tie a knot with this faux fur and this in the back, and you'll just have these on perfectly cute. I'm going to now show you how to do the tail real quick, and then you are completed with your bison. So what you're going to do for the tail is you're going to cut about 3 8 or 9 or 10 inch strands of yarn. So grab about, I'm going to eye it roughly, but I'm going to guess it's about 10 inches. You're going to cut and cut and cut on this side. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make a knot at the top with these 3 strands. So just make a regular old knot. So like this. And I think I got all the strands. There we go. And then what I like to do is you can make one more knot if you want, or you don't have to. And then I just braid this up like a typical braid, so you don't have to crochet for this. And then I like to just snip off some of the tails on this side. And I think it just really makes a cute and realistic little bison or buffalo, whatever you want to call this, tail. So now what I just do is I just make a braid. And then once you have finished that, so let me just keep going for a second. So once you have finished this, what you're just going to do is you're going to place it in the center back of your hind legs. So center of your hind legs. And you can kind of make this however long you want. I like mine about a little bit shorter than its legs, but you can just make it however you want. And you can see, there we go. I think that's about good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 strands and put it through 3 of the middle stitches in the back. So I'm going to go through this one, this one, then I'm going to grab another one, go through this one, and then going to go through another one and go through this one. And then now I'm just going to flip it all to the back. Oh, that one must have not gone through. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now I flip it to the back where these 3 tails are. And all you're just going to do is, at least this is what I do, you can do it however you like, is I like to just make a little knot with these 3 strands of yarn. And then I feel like it's pretty secure. I've never had it come out. And so I call that good. So I'm going to just make one more knot, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And as you can see, my yarn broke on me, but that's okay because I had finished the knot. And I'm going to just snip the yarn, and there you go. There's your little cute tail, and your adorable little bison is complete. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed making this little adorable bison lovey. If you did, please give this video a like, and don't forget to check out my next video right here, all about me making a bison and the different yarns I use and the challenges I face along the way. It's a super fun video, and so I know you'll want to check it out. All right, bye!